Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
and TV and movies too.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Toy Duo team coming to you live on Saturday at noon. It's episode 76. And today I think we're going to talk about the Hasbro's website. We got action figure reveals. We got not a whole lot going on this weekend to talk about, but we'll find something.
I thought we were talking about fruit. I thought we were changing this to the Fruit Duo team.
the fruit duo. We could be the fruit duo. So today we got, today we got
segue into another channel.
Let's see if he says more than 10 words this week.
Start counting.
1. Eric, what are you wearing there? That's not your Chewbacca. Okay, Star Tours. Oh, I know why.
I know.
We're talking about that too. And Super John down here also in a Star Wars shirt.
Oh,
so
yeah.
3 Star Wars shirts and 1 golfing polo.
Yep. Dandy doesn't wear shirts that have stuff on them.
He wears button shirts.
He doesn't wear clothes at all. It's just an optical illusion.
And he's real proper. He's actually got an undershirt on. He's like proper. He's got an undershirt and a shirt. And
I know.
everything.
He's probably all like suit, tie, polo.
During the week. Yeah,
all right, we're gonna get some shaky video from Rick from Left Coast Graphics.
Oh, and he does have a shirt.
As of
Oh my
right
gosh,
now,
I was given.
apparently Google does not support any of my fucking devices. Man, I've been.
I muted you because of the
45 minutes. I've been trying to get in here, man, and I had to resort to my phone.
All right.
Please
Well,
bear
luckily
with
I didn't have to mute. I muted you 1 second after you laid down the offensive 4-letter language.
It's okay because we're not live, are we?
Yeah,
we are.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't say that.
No, what you should have said. I'm so effing sorry.
Yeah, you can't see nothing on the phone here. Okay, I apologize, all the kids out there.
That's okay. I was just excusing you ahead of time, saying you probably won't be with us because last your pitiful excuse was it's too hot in my apartment.
Well, I think that might be the problem. Like I even switched. I have 3 iMacs. And
Oh my gosh, dude! Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out.
Wait,
You're
what
selling
generation?
all your toys and stuff like that, but you got 3 iMacs.
Yeah, but 2 of them are kind of worthless, really.
All right. We'll
They're
sell
like
2 of
Gen
those.
1s.
They're super old.
Yeah, I couldn't trade them for like a bag of dirt. Like,
Okay, hold on. I'm going to adjust my camera.
perfect.
Oh, do we have to do
What
that?
kind of iMac, Rick? The old ones with the like colored translucent plastic in the back.
No, I've actually never owned one
I am
of
from
those.
France.
Okay.
All right. We can stop doing that. Anyways, let's say hello to some people in the chat. We got Connor from Foolish Figures. He has joined us. You got Super Awesome Geek Show jumped in there. Dandy's got saying hello in the chat. David R is saying hello. Blue Sasquatch is asking us this live. He was playing Fortnite a little while ago. Gary Skrells is saying, hey guys. And Jonathan Redmond is saying, evening all. And that's how you know there's different people from different time zones, because some people are saying good evening, good morning, and good night.
No one is good afternoon. I guess I'll have to be that one. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, so anyways, we always like to start the show with something we called Bragging Camp. So does anybody have anything that they want to show off this week?
Oh, Rick's got his hand up already.
Oh,
Well, let's just throw Rick in here.
I'm empty this week.
Oh,
Yes.
Mr. T.
Bam.
That's cool.
So,
A non-articulated Clubber Lang.
an unarticulated 6-inch pre-posed McFarlane movie
Okay, wait.
maniac.
All right.
So-
You say it's 6 inches. Can you scale it next to one of those NECA Ben Cooper figures?
Why did you get 18 of them? What are you doing?
Well, no, this is my NECA
Different.
because I knew
Oh.
Vern was going to say NECA. So here's my NECA 7-inch Clubber Lang.
They're the same height.
Well, they're not.
Oh,
Yeah,
His head's a
like
little
an inch.
the
taller. Come
statue's
on.
bent over.
He's like an inch and a half taller, really.
Oh, you're manipulating it.
that mohawk
Well, yeah,
is
so
definitely an
my
extra
first-
quarter inch.
My first purchase in a long time. So this
Oh,
I
nice.
pre-ordered this in Amazon, and I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure I'm the only one that has one. I don't because I'm the big
Nice.
Mr. T fan.
Hey, let me say hi to Northern Nomad who's saying, just saying, what's up, suckers? Jumpy McClunky, he's saying hello, and I wanted to remind him, reach out to me and let me know to where to send that T-shirt you won last week.
Oh, look,
That's
it's
cool.
it's Hammerhead in
Instagram.
his
Those are,
flight
pretty,
outfit.
those are
And I
from
got
last week.
a wicked cool package from Mr. Lack Sivrak himself, including
Nice.
these 3 Hammerhead customs. So here's what we like to call the Craftsman special.
Nice. Yeah, it looks good. Let's
Nice.
see.
Badass.
KJ Smith has joined us saying hello. Sup, peeps?
And then I called him General Hammerhead, but I think this is more of like a lieutenant.
I think he's a corporal.
Lieutenant Ham, we'll call him.
Nope,
Lieutenant
corporal.
Ham.
Corporal, there's no colors on his little badge thing. He's a corporal.
Corporal Ham. And then what we just saw in that new Lego trailer is
Oh, yeah.
Darth Hammerhead.
Darth Hammerhead.
So shout out to Lack, man, for making these. These are magnificent, man. I'm really proud of these, even though I didn't make them, but they will be generously and proudly displayed in my Hammerhead museum as the Hammerseum.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
And then I got that one other item which I moved.
Proud to have him in your collection. That's quite a set, though.
Oh, that is good.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
Thanks to Gary and for Vern, if he had
Not me. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, I talked to him, so he told me you had something to do with it.
So what happened was
You were standing beside him when he got it, weren't you?
no. We were talking about it, and he was like, "Oh, you need a ticket for it." But they probably still had some on
That's
Sunday, and they were
cool.
probably letting people jump in without tickets.
So I don't know if it's wood or like a thick acrylic, but it's very well made. It's, as you know, Hallmark ornaments are pretty good quality.
Legends.
And what's even more badass about these is these are the exact same scale and size as the world famous left coast pins.
Wow.
So that's kind of why I wanted them, because I'm
Can you
like,
take-
I wonder where they got that idea from.
Hold on, Rick. Can you get your razor knife, cut that figure out so we
No,
can
this
see
is
the
like
articulation?
acrylic. Look at that. Like that's
Oh, so
that's-
you
Yeah,
can
but
put it open with your
that's
razor
better
knife?
quality than my teeth. Like that's awesome.
So are any of these at the Hallmark store yet? I'm gonna have to go to a Hallmark.
There's a
Vader-
Vader
Vader
one
coming out.
online.
There is a Darth Vader that should be available like any day now from the Hallmark stores.
Really?
As I think they're just starting to put out their Christmas ornaments this week. So I will be hunting that down. But
Yeah,
this
that's
is the
really
San Diego
cool.
Comic-Con
That is
exclusive.
cool. So for those of
Exclusive.
you on the podcast, that is a carded sand trooper from the Hallmark store.
No, it's a
Well,
sand
it's a sand.
people.
Sand person.
Yeah,
What did I
sand
say?
people.
Sand
The,
trooper?
So-
the Tuscan
and Gary-
Raiders.
Gary did talk with him, and he did confirm that the original 12 will be coming out. Hopefully,
Nice.
it doesn't take 12 years because I don't think I'll be around.
Please excuse the blurry video to everybody in the chat.
Is this blurry to you?
Yes.
It's not
I-
focusing. You're holding it too close.
Not
to the
focusing on
camera,
the
but
card.
it's
Your
it's
eye
right.
is in one.
Your eyes are, yeah, we can clearly
Yeah.
see the pupils
And
dilating.
there's a rumor that the Vinyl Cape Jawa is next year's San Diego Comic Con exclusive.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try to get a ticket then.
This is gonna be
Big thanks
tough
to Gary
one.
Moore, who might be in the chat, for acquiring that for me.
Yeah,
Like,
Gary's
how
a good
much-
guy. Gary's a good guy. Let's say Dave's Dimensions. We got, I want to say KJ Smith, he jumped in saying, "Sup peeps. Do we look like marshmallow bunny rabbits?"
Sure you do.
Let's see. I got canceled. What did I get canceled for?
Oh, because you called the sand
Oh,
person the
sorry.
wrong.
Do
I'm in
better. for me.
timeout. Let's see. Jonathan saying, have to say this week's pickups were epic. San Diego Comic-Con Death's Head and Flame Toy Studios Death from the Darksiders game.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And then Sand Troopers or Sand
Or
People.
Sand People.
Okay. All right. Who wants to
But can
go?
you spit roast them?
Who wants to go next? Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. What were you saying?
I said, but can you spit roast a sand person?
You can't. Well, you might be able to.
Oh, a Chewbacca foot.
That-
Oh no, that's part of his body. They chopped off part of his body.
Easy.
Okay.
Oh, I thought maybe it was a Lucky Wookiee's foot.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, that's
Look,
cool.
it's the
I'll pet
dueling
this all day.
Chewy cup.
Yeah, Eric knows.
All right, Eric. Is that your pickup?
Can you pet that, Eric?
No, it's not fuzzy.
Is that your pickup of the week?
No. I wish I had the Maul and Speeder. I got 2 of them on Monday, right when they went on sale, but nothing shipped out. And actually, when I placed the order, it made it seem like everything was in stock.
Uh-huh.
So I picked up one of the Cobra Commanders and one of the Death's Heads, and those 2 said they're on pre-order. So
Oh,
I thought those were going to ship out immediately, but I have to wait for those, whatever. But Maul hasn't shipped out yet, so I got nothing.
all right. Dan, you got anything you want to show off?
No, man, I didn't. This was a pretty boring week for me.
All right. John?
Yeah, I got a couple things.
All right.
So this bridges the gap between comic books and toys. I picked up some more of the Thundercats action figure comic book covers.
Oh, cool.
And they even did a cool thing where they're like, free Mumra, like if you proofs of purchase and send away for it, you know?
Is there a disclaimer
there's-
saying this is not real?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's got a, yeah. It's got
nothing is free.
Thundertastic action secret lever.
That's
moves.
nice. All
So
right.
that's Panthro. They got Chitara out. And we have Mumra.
That's cool.
Nice.
So that closes out. And then Rick's favorite character has a Star Wars cover now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So we got that. And then
Is
they went
that the
back
issue
to...
she dies in?
I don't even know which... It's Ahsoka #1. So now there's probably more than one Ahsoka book. And then we have the Sebulba. They've gone back to Tatooine.
Oh, cool.
So there's a
I
Sebulba
love
one.
those.
Jimmy Skywalker.
Wow.
And they did the naked C-3PO.
All
My
right.
parts are showing. Oh,
Nice.
goodness.
Well, this show is
So-
risky. Naked C-3PO, 4-letter words. Jeez.
Yeah, right. Is that
Right
a...
the edge here.
Did I violate something with naked 3PO?
Who knows?
All right, that's it. That's what I picked up. I went to the comic store today.
Yeah.
All right, so here are my pickups. Not necessarily a pickup, but a pickup out of my garage. I, for some reason, decided to grab this little running dude and stick my Mandalorian on here for some reason. I just wanted... This actually came with like a 12-inch Stormtrooper, but I thought like when I picked it up at like Big Lots many years ago, I thought, I could probably use it with like a 6-inch figure. Forget it.
Razor Crest lives.
Okay, anyways, I did order some stuff from Pulse. I got this figure because it was on clearance, and then I also picked up the Baroness set because it's also on clearance. And I only did that because I was testing out their like website, which we're going to talk about, and I wanted to see like if it was improved. And like we were talking about in the background, we'll talk about it when we get there. But like the phone number thing's like horrible. But the other thing I wanted to show off was I did a video this week. I got these figures from Icon Studios. These are the this is one of the Zoo-Jitsu fighters. It's the painted version. I had gotten the Comic-Con one, which was clear, and they sent me over a few to do a review on. So that's up on my channel now if you guys want to go check it out. But that's it.
Hey, did you open up the Baroness set?
I have not opened it yet. No.
I was curious. I was pretty tempted. I saw it was at 40, 47.
Yeah, it was waiting. I didn't do it. I mean,
You don't have no. Don't open it. I was just curious.
no, I will do it. This is such an alt that I probably won't even do a review because I'm sure that everybody's already done it. But
It's been around for a while. Yeah, but I don't see people talk about it. I mean, I'm that's probably why it went on clearance. But I thought it was a good set, and especially not a bad price. You're getting 3 figures for 40 cents.
man, yeah, the tape on here is ridiculous. Silence, please.
So they sent you 3, like some of those figures, like for free
they
to
s-
review.
Yeah, they sent me. Let's see.
That's really nice of them. That's really.
Take a close look at Rick's beard. While
So 6 figures because that. Why is
What are you
Rick
doing?
taking over the screen?
Right.
All right. So 6 figures. There's the Panther one. This is like a cheetah kind of or whatever.
Yeah.
You got a white tiger.
I'm gonna bring you up, Vern.
Nah, it's fine. And then snow leopard.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they look really cool. And then of course there's the Panther, and for some reason he was missing in action when I did the review. So I'm probably going to make a separate one just for this guy, or maybe give him his own little thing. But I did some stop motion in that video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The guys at Icon Studios are actually really cool. And I think, they tried to run a Kickstarter a couple times for that figure line. Didn't really take off. So what they did was they just went in to manufacture those figures, and then they're going to just launch them. And then they're going to do a Kickstarter for their comic book, which goes along with, man, there's so much tape on this thing. Come on.
That was a cool set. Yeah.
That is awesome, man.
All right. So it's got the secret stuff and the figures in there. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
You know what? This reminds me of that.
That's the red Crimson Twins, right? And the Red Baroness. Yeah.
From last year. Yeah.
All right. So they're really cool. The figures. You know what I realized is a couple of years ago they had done those Karate Kid and Cobra Kai figures, the Icon Studios. And it's probably the same bodies, right? And then they just changed them out because they're doing their own line. But let's see.
Northern Nomad was asking if those Zujitsus were Thundercat offsprings.
Yeah, they look like it. Anyways, okay, let me put my glasses on because now we're going to get into some business here. All right, so anyways, we want to talk about the most important crowdfund of the week. And basically, the way that you get a crowdfund going is when it expires and you don't meet your goal, what you do is you just extend it to a later date.
and lower the price on the bundles.
Yeah, so originally the Superpowers one was set to expire on August 7th, didn't meet its goal, so they extended it to August 21st, and it still only garnered maybe about $4,000 more. But I wanted to point out that for $100 you get the Black Manta with the Sea Saucer, and then the Bat Multicraft with Batman and Robin. But the thing is, they had on their website the DC Superpowers Wave 5 bundle. It was $110. You got 3 vehicles and 6 figures. So maybe being a crowdfund the price. I don't know. Like if the $100, maybe it's a good deal because you're getting that signed card or whatever. But I don't know. Anybody in?
Yeah, but that's I bet you that card is manufactured. He signed one, sent it to the printer, and they're just printing out.
No, he wouldn't do that. He would.
I don't think he's gonna sit down and hand sign every card. No.
Ooh, that should be actually specified, don't you think? If it's hand signed or if that's just a printed signature, that's worthless.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
No, it says autographed. Well, it says autographed art card. So yeah, it could be an art card of his autograph.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, here is the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Rattler Ground Attack Jet. It's currently, it's probably a little bit more now, but anyways, 13,396 backers. Last week it was at 12,552. So that's pretty good. Got about 800 backers in a week. So you're well on the way to the next tier, which is what's the next tier?
I don't know.
The
figure, right?
The gunner. So has all 4 of you guys backed this already?
I'm not backing it.
Yeah, I put in that I'm backing it.
I have not.
I don't think they moved very much. It was it's 13,406 right now.
It's kind of a weird thing because when you think about it, it's like after I left Comic-Con and seeing it in person, the more I think about it, is like, man, it's big. What am I going to do with it?
Yeah,
If there's a holdup,
is-
that's got to be it, you know.
that is going to be a problem. Yeah, it's definitely not. I almost wonder if I'm going to open it, look at it, and then put it back in the box.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Where's your Razor Crest, everybody? Right?
Well,
Connor,
this is wider than that.
Yeah, Connor's saying that he's having second thoughts on the Rattler.
It should at least get to the second.
The Razor Crest fit on top of a Detolf, and it's fine even with the engines on. You know what I mean? Okay. But this is wider than that.
You can still fold up the wings and whatnot.
Yeah, but I don't want the wings folded up. It looks terrible.
And besides, it's 32 the length.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, with the wings folded, it's nice and stuff like that. But I'm trying to imagine going outside and like trying to like set up shots and stuff like that, and like, what would I suspend it from? You know, I'd be holding on to it. Would I have to wear a green screen suit, take a picture with like, you know what I mean, and take myself out?
I could just imagine you wearing like the Green Man suit, like from It's Always Sunny, running around with a Rattler.
Your neighbors are staring at you, wondering
if you go back and watch like any of my first 3 videos, which are from my first 3 videos, I did these like stop motion 12-inch G.I. Joe films. There's one where the dude has like a helicopter backpack, and I have him flying kind of through the yard, and then even the helicopter that I have flying in the air at one point, I'm actually holding it. I had taken each picture on a timer, and I was actually holding it and just moving like a couple of steps to get it to like fly. I had to go in. I had to take a picture of my yard, and what I did was I pasted the picture of my yard over the picture that I took of me standing, and I erased everything. You know, I just erased where you could see like the figure. So I had to make sure to hold the thing like this and stuff like that, so I could, you know, it was painstaking.
Work.
To tell you. Let's see. Jonathan's passing on the Rattlers. It's just too big. 3 foot by 3 foot would take up too much of my display space.
And once again, it's the size.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting it and worrying about it later. So
well, don't worry, John. You have a whole condo and a toy room in your mom's house. So you could just buy the place next door and make an entire runway for that.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. No, I'll probably have to figure out a way to hang it from the ceiling, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that would be a good plan, right? Let's see. Connor's, I don't like that figure tiers are so far apart and the patches were the first offering. That value is not there if all unlocks don't happen, is what he
see. I'm not gonna get it, but for me, I'd at least want the second tier. The third tier doesn't bother me as much because how they produce how many Baronesses already, right? It's okay. Yeah. It's another figure and it adds to the value, but like at least the second, right?
Yeah, right. And I agree because quite frankly, if the Baroness does come with it, I'm popping the female Baroness head off and putting the helmeted one on. So that I could pretend it's a different figure.
Yeah, right.
I can pretend it's a different figure, you know?
Sure.
Mod Extra saying he's flying out. He's got to head out and do Dad's Taxi. And I know Connor does this Dad's Taxi once in a while. So I have a question. When you get your kids in the car with their friends, do you pop on your YouTube videos of like action figures and stuff just to embarrass your kids?
That's funny.
I'm just messing around.
I got a few years before I have to worry about that.
Yeah, but you know you'll be doing it, right?
Yeah, I'll probably do that, but I'll play just good music, not like any of the dribble that is out there now.
All right. So, anyways, talking about Hasbro, let's talk about Pulse for a minute. We had some issues because they launched all of the Comic-Con exclusive figures earlier in the week. Now, it doesn't seem like in the UK or in Europe they had the same issues that they had in the US, because it seems like the US sold out of a bunch of stuff and then had to do a re-release the next day. Whereas if you were overseas, it was like they never ran out, and there's still available probably. So but I know Eric was mentioning that he kind of wanted to talk about the website. And
Well, yeah.
design.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
so good.
No, I first want to ask if there's anyone here that actually got lucky on Monday getting any of these figures and got them in hand already, because that I just figure I need to call support on Monday to see what's going on with my order, because I figured stuff should have shipped by now, but oh well. Overall though, the websites, there are definitely differences that will take some getting used to. I think for me, there's some big pros that aren't probably getting as much credit for out there. I think with the mobile app specifically, you couldn't have. For the longest time, the original Pulse site didn't have like any search capabilities on order history, and that really sucked as like orders started piling up. But with the new site, you at least have order like basic search and like filtering capabilities from the iOS app. So that to me is a huge plus, but it does kind of stink that you have to go to the legacy site to manage old orders.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But being in the tech industry myself, I would say that it's shambolic that it's not the end of the world, let's be honest, but it's pretty shambolic that they messed up the phone numbers on everyone's like personal details, and didn't like fix that, go out of their way to fix it themselves, or at least just go out and clear all of that data and force everyone to re-enter it. Because like if you were doing any sort of like data migration like this in my job, you wouldn't get away with just not doing anything about it if you goof something up. Like that it just seems like they it's minor to fix, but it was the impact meant that for highly desirable products that they're launching on their site, people fumbled over the
phone number. Yes.
Over the order placement workflow. So
Yeah. So talking about the order placement workflow, that's fine. So I'm wondering if the phone number update, Eric, was because that recent thing where now you have to dial 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that was part of it, to make it easier for them just to call people if they had to. But the thing is, what I thought was kind of hilarious was, well, I did make a video, right? And I was not happy with that 5 limit. I didn't have a skin in the game, right? Because I went to Comic-Con. I got my figures, but I watched how fast they sold out. And I was kind of just, it just threw me a little bit. One, if you paid and went to the convention, you were limited 1 for like 2.5 days. But if you went online, you could just buy 5. Of course, they're going to sell out in like minutes with that kind of like limit. I think personally, it should have been like limit 1 until say Wednesday or something like that, and then open it up. And if you wanted to go back and order more, you could order more. But
what collector needs more than 2 of something?
Yeah,
like literally, like I need. That's not an army builder character, like a stormtrooper.
Wait, Cobra Commander's not an army builder?
It shouldn't even be like a thought. Yeah. Let's let people buy more than 2. Like unless they made 300,000 of them, and they know they're going to go on clearance for $4 eventually. But other than that, like it makes 0 sense.
Look, Vagon is saying he needs 80.
What they are.
He needs 80.
Yeah,
because this Cobra Commander guy, these all went up for sale on GameStop Canada and will be in stores in the coming weeks. And eventually will go on clearance at GameStop in Canada because there's a lot of them. Like the Darth Maul is not selling out for whatever reason. Someone like Jack knows the quantities. Like they don't post the quantities on Hasbro Pulse, do they?
If you look at that guy, Return of the Nerds on Instagram, he's from Singapore, Taiwan or something like that, where he resells. He announced before the sale that he was going to have that Darth Maul. So obviously,
I told you guys
of those, right?
Weeks ago that these will be at GameStop in Canada.
But the classified, But the classified G.I. Joe Cobra Commander, I think, was made in much more limited quantities, but it still boggled my mind that they did the limit of 5.
Why would there be less Cobra Commander figures produced by Hasbro than Darth Maul figures by Hasbro? Like I bet you the exact same amount were made.
I don't
Because
think so.
Is G.I. Joe less popular than Star Wars? I don't think so.
Star Wars is greater than G.I. Joe. Just talk to any Star Wars fan.
Well, I agree in that, but I mean, if there was like 2 lineups at the Hasbro.
Oh wait, sorry. Star Wars fans
lineup be longer than the G.I. Joe lineup? No, they'd be like within one person of the same. It's the same, like same amount of people, I believe, collect and buy these things, and that's, you know, it comes with all of their toys. Like when they mass produce these, they mass produce minimum 5,000, but realistically 20,000, 40,000 items when it comes to plastic toys.
I think Connor's got the answer here.
1,100.
People should know that
only
they have
available
numbers
on our website.
It's their problem, not Hasbro. Silly of them not knowing that stock was short supply and they'd have extra time. That's true. I mean, they did know there was a whole website redone. Wait, I got to address this thing with Jumpy. Jumpy, if you need a small or a different size, message me that and I can make you a small one. It's fine.
Do they have medium?
What?
Medium.
Medium. Yeah. And then I just have a large and extra large that I'll have to give away. So,
Connor also said there's nothing.
This whole thing with hold on,
he's trying to boil piss right now.
Yeah. So
I think Connor's
the whole release was comical to me on 3 levels. Right, 1, the limit of 5 sold out in seconds. Then they decided let's put them up for pre-order tomorrow. They couldn't decide what time. Because originally it was 8 a.m. Eastern, then it became 11 a.m. Eastern. That's 2. And then the next day, this is how their site was messed up. You see that little blue button on this that I have in the slide? If you click that little blue button, it added the item to your cart and you were able to check out. Even though when you clicked on it, it said coming soon at 11.
Yeah. I just want to comment on something too. I saw Eric make some posts, maybe it was on Twitter, about the app. I didn't know until Eric made that post there was an app. I know there's a website called HasbroPulse.com where I would think 99% of their customers shop from, as opposed from their phone while they're on a bus. Like, because otherwise,
they've had the
like, have you ever ordered Amazon from an app? I know.
Well, they've had the mobile apps for a while. You had to use it to do the
app is literally, it's just an icon that goes to a website. Like
no, they had an app. No, wait, Rick. No, that's wrong. Because last year, hold on, I'm going to tell you something. And last year, when they were doing one of the HasLabs, on the app, it had the wrong end date than it did on the website. And they went ahead and extended the HasLab because the app had the wrong information.
It was the Dragonfly, wasn't it?
An icon that goes to the website.
No, I get it. But like the guys who are doing the HTML and the programming for the websites, they're literally just copying and pasting and changing it from this format.
Well, I mean, it should, like, if they're doing it properly, it should be a responsive, like, web app, regardless of where it manifests itself in a browser. That was more
I never use that
international purposes, really. I think is why the app. But
no, the app is only in the US.
Have you looked at the reviews on the app?
That's probably why I haven't heard of the app. When you scanned yourself for the selfie series, that was only available to Americans on the app.
Yeah,
because the app is not sophisticated enough to reach across the border for some reason. Like, it makes no sense to me. But
no, you know what? I talked to the guys at Hasbro, and they said, "Well, we only made this U.S. only because we don't want this guy Rick from Left Coast Graphics to make a selfie series."
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have enough plastic for his beard.
We don't want him. We don't want him to have an action figure of himself.
I'll usually go to the browser myself unless I'm like on the go, right? It is helpful to have a mobile app to support.
I actually use the apps to order everything. I use the app for Walmart. I use it for Target. I use it for Amazon. I use it for Hasbro, for Big Bad Toy Store. I use my phone to purchase and order every single thing for the last like probably 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
I've been
Like,
doing that.
here's a question for you. Like, I'm
Dang.
sitting
Time out,
here right
wait.
in front of my computer. No, I'm sitting here in front of my computer with a keyboard and a 27-inch screen, and I also have my phone here and my iPad because I was dealing with the internet or computer issues. Why would I go on my phone and type with my thumb?
I do.
When
For
I can
some
just go
reason, I do.
on a keyboard because my
It's
computer's
not-
faster and
they're
bigger
not-
pictures. And,
Rick, they're not mutually exclusive. You can use whatever you want. That's
Yeah.
no, I know,
Yeah.
but I mean,
And
why
I'll
would
tell you the
choose
reason. I'll tell
to
you
use
why.
a 4-inch screen
I
than
will
a
tell you why.
27-inch screen on purpose?
I'm
Okay,
going
hold
to tell you why. The reason
Okay,
is
tell
like
us.
when I'm sitting out there at the thing on my couch watching TV, and I think of something. Oh yeah, I got to check that and order it. I pick up my phone because the phone is way faster than me sitting there and hitting a button to turn on my laptop, which takes about 15 seconds to turn on, and then I have to type in and go to the website. Where my phone, I literally just pick it up, it turns on. Look how fast that was on. And then I just
I
click
have
an
one
icon and I'm
suggestion.
on the
I'd get
I'm on the
a newer
thing.
Time
computer,
for a new laptop. Yeah.
They-
but don't buy one of my computers because they're messed up.
The
Yeah,
the
I
other
would
My
buy one of your
computer is
computers
like
anyways.
this computer is only about a year and a half old.
I
It's
want to
brand
address
new.
something in the chat. Hold on. Gap says he's my biggest fan, but I don't know if this has anything to do with him saying he wears an XXXL.
Yeah. He meant
Just
biggest
yesterday,
fan.
Kat told me he was my biggest fan.
You see how that completely plays into what you guys are arguing about?
Yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But,
so
I mean, I
so
don't get it.
back to the like site
Yes,
changes
yes,
for a minute.
Please, thank you.
And another thing that they did fix, which needed to be fixed. I'm not sure if anyone else encountered this, but if you went to like a clearance section or what's new or whatever, or back in stock, those types of views, and you tried to filter for brands or something else, their filtering was just like broken on the old site. I'd filter for Star Wars and I get like G.I. Joe and Transformers and Power Rangers up at the top, and you'd have to like keep scrolling to get
Yes.
what's in there. So that seems to be resolved with the site changes. So that's at least good. It seems like they still need to work out some kinks and whatnot, and they should have at least, if they weren't going to correct the phone numbers themselves, they should have just deleted the phone numbers for everyone so that it would have forced everyone to fix it manually.
And how many
Ra- ra-
taxes did you have to
Yeah.
go through to make your order? Like how many bicycles? Click the squares.
Listen,
I don't think I had that actually when I placed the order on Monday. I can't remember.
Because I think those are the devil trying to access.
They are,
your
yeah.
phone.
some of those.
Okay,
Do you
hold
ever
Hold on.
stress out about like if there's like
fake hair
corner
I mean news.
of yeah.
You're like part of the handlebars in that picture. Does that count as the motorcycle or not?
Right, yeah.
Here's
Oh
what's
yeah.
really bad about it. Even if you're wrong, it will most likely advance you. It makes no sense, man. Like I don't get it. It's just a
Right.
delay, so the
Listen.
guy in front of you gets the product and you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think they just boggled the whole like release, but the website to me, or the whatever, because I only use the website.
The site change. Yeah.
I think the app is conditional, because if you don't keep that thing updated, then you have to worry about you could be in the middle of a checkout and say, oh, update it to the latest one. And I didn't know that they
Exactly.
updated it overnight. So that's why I always use the website, right? It just seems
Yeah.
faster. It's almost feels exactly the same as Flawless. That phone number, like Eric was saying, was awful because I was typing it in. I hit it and it kept telling me it was wrong. I tried to like
Yeah,
auto
that's
enter it because it's saved in my device. Did not work.
So
You know,
this is what I told everyone else in our group chat. But if anyone else hasn't experienced this yet, and you use Pulse, you will experience it at some point. Go in and fix that before it becomes a problem, and just try to check out with something.
yes.
You don't
yes.
have to finish the checkout process to know if it will be an issue. Just
All right.
just verify, and you should be fine.
All right. So just for clarity, like I did get these things today, Eric. that morning I added the GI Joe Cobra Commander, even though he said it coming at 11. That's the order that I checked out with, and so they already shipped that Cobra Commander also.
You're kidding.
No,
Wow.
Wow.
but it's shipped separate.
Okay. Well,
So,
I got to call them and figure out what's going on with my order.
yeah, I would call him. Anyways, Bender Rodriguez is asking about my glasses. It's because I'm old.
And I thought they were 3D glasses, so I was trying to fit in.
Yeah, no.
Rick, I thought you were trying to audition as Rick Blues.
Well, no,
for
like
new Blues Brothers.
Dan is the odd man out. Like Dan doesn't have cool.
He has glasses. He probably can just. He probably has cooler glasses than all of us.
Right there at his desk. Watch there. There you go. Yeah.
Nah, that's what I'm
Now
talking
two of
about.
us got 3D glasses. Now we can roll the film. Roll that clip.
All
Did
right,
everyone see the Razor Crest?
it's well, we're not talking about that yet, Rick. We talked about this already. You're ruining the show.
I think the bad outweighs the good, Eric. I'm seeing more people. Well, I don't know if I'm
Really?
just seeing what I want to see, but I see like Jonathan Connor,
Look,
Kaz, and you already know I hate it. I can't stand it.
I think there are certainly things that need to be tweaked. Like on when you place an order with multiple items, the user experience isn't quite clear in terms of like it'll provide some summary of the item above the picture, but if you have multiple items, there will be something below, and it's not clear which one, like the details of the item, what you're looking for.
yeah,
So
it was.
it's not as intuitive as it could be, but I think I'm optimistic that this seems to be better than before in some areas, and they should be able to iterate on this faster than before, just based on them having a completely new site and still maintaining that legacy site for managing your old orders tells me that the old system that they were working with was unsustainable. So
Probably.
this should at least be better for the future, and we should at least get more improvements over time. So.
Well, I made a comment.
Yeah, I agree, John. It shouldn't be hard to sell your product. Like it should be the simplest thing, other than like using the toilet or tying your shoes.
What does that have to do with anything? I mean, come on. Why do you?
Well, no, he's saying that they're making it complicated.
Why is that your example, though?
Because those things are easy, and you usually don't mess them up.
Well, drinking water is easy. You could have said that.
Yeah, but you could spill it.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of like,
especially nowadays when you can save your name and address and phone number and even your credit cards into your like special password section of your phone.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because if you lose your phone, you're kind of toast.
Well,
yeah, especially
what
you.
If you
because
lose,
I know
yeah,
your
how
password.
do I lose my desktop
especially
computer,
Rick, because his password is 00000.
No, because you need a uppercase, lowercase,
and
special symbol.
That's his PIN number for the for the cash machine.
That's my one pet peeve of the past 10 years is passwords. So
this is what I was talking about earlier. It's kind of hard to tell, but like this is related to this. So this like confirmed
what you ordered.
shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, but then there's this kind of summary pretty close by here, so it's hard to tell. Okay, is this really for this item or what? And you can figure it out if you go through the entire list and whatnot. But yeah, it's minor cosmetic changes that they can make. Yeah,
because it was hard to figure out which item shipped when you see the tracking the way it was. I agree. I know exactly what you're saying, Eric. All right, so this is could be a very heated debate because one person wants to keep making it heated. But anyways,
I want to say something about something we talked about just a little bit ago.
Okay, go ahead.
So I looked on Hallmark's website, and the Darth Vader vintage figure ornament is $22.99, and it will be available October 12th, 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Hallmark splits their fancy ornaments into like two waves. One that comes out in July and one that's in October. So like half of the new stuff I ordered for this year came out in July, and then I have to go back and pick up like the October.
Yeah, so basically
you
half
can't,
the
you
stuff is
can't order
actually
it
in
yet.
stores now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they're
Well,
cool,
it's-
John. I seriously recommend it to everyone who likes.
Now that I
Star
see it,
Wars
I've got to get
that
one.
looks
Yeah.
like my pins.
I would if I were you.
Yeah, I actually like to get the whole set, but I guess I'm already screwed on that one.
Well, you're gonna have to wait 10 years, I think.
All right.
One
So,
a year, two a year. It's gonna be a long time.
all right. So this week's episode of the TV and movie news you didn't know you needed is going to be kind of slow because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about this week in TV and movie news. But anyways, Kevin Costner's Horizon Chapter 2 has been pulled, and it won't be coming out until September.
What?
Yep.
When
And
was
I know
chapter
you
one up?
guys
I don't
all
even
saw
remember
part
chapter
one.
one.
I
You've
missed the
been
first
super
one.
excited for part 2.
I don't even remember part one coming out.
Yeah.
Where is this? Where do I get to see part one?
And then in other news,
On the internet.
you can actually digital on demand because they basically put it up for digital on demand recently because of the unexpected lack of enthusiasm from moviegoers.
Well,
Gotcha.
did anyone buy it like Prime
No.
or Amazon or yeah?
No.
So that's why no one's watched it because.
Yeah, you can pay
Hey,
for it. It's like $25 or something like that, but I'm not going to pay
Oh,
for
good
it.
lord, no!
Good luck with
no
that
one-
movie and TV makers.
Yeah,
Charge
no
I
one-
think
people
he
to
should have
watch
just
it.
sold the whole thing to Netflix, and then it could just be on Netflix.
Well, that's then zero people watch it. You still made your $18 billion.
Exactly, right? And then, of course, in other news, there was the unexpected rise of the specialty popcorn bucket. I read the article, and it's thanks to Dino over at Geek Strong for going and buying every popcorn bucket that
Yep.
ever comes out and making a video within seconds of getting home.
Yep. I told Dino that he's now a
He has a
popcorn
theater
bucket
for them.
channel. Dino is no longer a toy channel. He's a popcorn bucket
He's the
channel.
Exactly. He's a
Channel.
theater popcorn channel. But that's
He's
awesome.
got every popcorn bucket that's come out since like this year,
Since the
whatever,
dawn of
last year,
time.
whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, so this article, just so you know, says that the popcorn bucket craze started with Dune.
Yeah.
And their fancy sand eater worm popcorn bucket. But I seem to remember them having fancy popcorn buckets way back when I saw a couple of Star Wars movies in the theater. So I questioned I think this was written by somebody who didn't know there were popcorn buckets before.
Yeah, but weren't most of the popcorn buckets in the past just like plastic printed on actual bucket shapes?
I have like metal ones that are like they're bumpy or whatever.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
shaped
I
like a
think
thing? Okay.
design has been around
And
for
then
a
the-
while.
Yeah, and then the lids. Let's see. I used to have a lid here for a cup, and it was
Mhm.
Well, I've seen people now showing off their Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket from Disneyland parks.
this
which
is
not a theater.
Yeah,
It's not a
those were
movie, but they got these Jabba buckets that open and
Yeah.
go,
the
Yeah,
Disney
but-
parks have had popcorn buckets for a long time.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
started with the mouse droids and the Millennium Falcon and other things.
this is
Yeah.
a cup lid from
Yeah.
a theater.
Oh,
But
that's
cup
cool.
lids have been a thing for a long time.
Yeah, that's
From
true.
like
yeah.
the Force Awakens, I don't. When those movies came out, I didn't think there was any specialty product.
I'm
Maybe
just
there was
saying
not in Canada.
when I remember seeing popcorn buckets in the past, they were actually the same popcorn bucket you could get that says Regal Cinemas on it that you would normally buy if you bought a large, but instead they just had Star Wars and stuff printed all over it or
Right.
whatever. They weren't shaped like Wolverine's face with his mouth that you reach in. You know what
I
I
How
mean?
guess
much
that's true.
How much is a without a specialty bucket? How much is like a large popcorn in America?
$300.
$20, like
$5
this year?
I don't know.
No,
Are
not
you
here.
sure?
No,
What
they-
theater are you going
Is
to?
it-
Gary?
Nothing
Yeah.
is $5 at a movie
It's
theater.
$8 to $10. Yeah.
I don't buy
Water
stuff
is
at the
$10
theater.
at a
It's
movie
all
theater.
jacked up.
10?
Look,
Yeah,
I
it's-
think it
it's
depends on
around
what
here.
theater and
What
what
Where are
day.
you going to?
Around
Look.
here, it's $8 to $10 for a large
Is it?
popcorn.
Hold on.
Oh.
When there's a reading theater down here, and on Sundays they sell you a large popcorn and a soda for like I think like $8 or something like that. But any other day, that large popcorn is like almost $20.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think in Canada,
Wow.
if you want a popcorn and a drink, it's like $29.
Yeah, so you might as
Yeah,
well just
forget
get
that.
the
On top
bucket
of
and
your
then
$29 theater ticket.
for $10 more, get the bucket, and then you can flip it on eBay or maybe Dino over at Geek Strong will want to do a
It's
review.
not-
and help
Okay.
out.
It's not $10 more down here. It's like $8 to $10 for a large popcorn,
That's
and
crazy.
then a drink is generally $5 or $6. And then if you buy the popcorn bucket, it's $40.
Yeah,
So-
and that's
Yeah.
not even with the movie ticket.
Yeah, that's not even with the movie ticket. Yeah, so I won't buy the
Yeah, so
popcorn
$10
bucket
for a
because
large popcorn.
I'm like, I just buy a small popcorn and a small drink and pay $8 total for both.
I
So-
can't
Going
remember
with
the
that.
last time I bought food or drinks at the movie theater.
Yeah, me either. That
They made
that
it
pop,
very
that
serious.
Wolverine that Wolverine
Yeah,
popcorn
see?
bucket was available on the website though from AMC that you can order was $32. Did not come with popcorn.
They're like $40
What do
at
you-
the
so-
theater.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think is going to be the next kind of like weird novelty item? That like themed popcorn buckets seem to be in now, and like,
Well, what's the next big movie?
well, no, just like what type of like weird
Well,
Like
the
everyday
property
kind of
matters
like
more
product.
than-
Oh, we'll
No,
get a
yeah.
treatment for like a movie or something like that.
Yeah, like what do you think you're going to get? Like,
we'll get like a
themed-
Razor Crest bucket.
You know what I think that they should
No,
do? You know when you go to
popcorn
7-Eleven,
buckets. Yeah,
you know when you go to 7-Eleven, get like a big gulp. Now they make them with like it's a paper cup. I think if they made like a plastic cup and like had superheroes or movie logos on them,
Oh, they do.
people would want those.
I think
Yeah.
now they got like WWE cups. You know,
Do you
like
remember
they're plastic, but they're like worth a nickel. Like they're probably cheaper to produce those plastic cups than paper cups with a
Maybe.
layer of wax on them because
All right.
the way how stuff works now. I don't know.
I can't bring myself to buy a popcorn.
Man,
like a
I wanna
fancy
I'll have to
Scrappy,
think
popcorn.
thanks
about
for
that, Eric,
bringing that up.
about the next big thing in media. And then when I come up with the idea, I'm going to have to sell it to a studio so that I can make people go to mine. Anyway.
The alien
All right.
one is my favorite looking one so far. I'm impressed with that one.
All right. So in other TV and movie news you didn't know you needed, since it's a slow week, there's not much to talk about. I just thought I'd mention that Saturday Night has an official trailer for their movie that's coming out in, I can't read it. Let's see. Hold on. I got to get rid of this real quick, man.
Sorry.
October 11th.
Yeah, I got you.
It looks good. I'm all into this. I grew up
Have you
watching
guys-
this show.
I grew up with Saturday Night Live, so I'm really happy to like see this movie. I really want to see. Hopefully they do it justice. I think that Saturday Night Live's like a little bit of history. You go back and you can see how times have really changed, because some of the stuff that they used to joke about is super offensive today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to do now. Like, what's funny about this, after seeing this trailer, I think just yesterday for me, someone made a line like, "Oh, we're just a bunch of 20-year-olds, making funny," and I'm like thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, because now the cast on every show, like say Saturday Night Live or Mad TV or whatever shows that still exist, no one's 20. Like they're all 40.
Yeah.
or 50. Like it's weird to think that back then in like 1969 or 70, when they started making these shows, they were all just kids. Like in Canada, we had SCTV, Second City Theater, like similar in Chicago. They were all just young, like all these people, Dan Aykroyd and Rick Moranis, and
Well, all these
Belushi.
like a lot of the main cast came from Second City originally, and then went
Yeah.
to
and they were
National
just
Lampoon.
kids, right?
Well, they went to
Actually-
National Lampoon and did the radio
So-
show there, where they got poached by Lorne Michaels. Yeah,
When this stuff was happening back then, it was kind of untested. So the people you had were these
Yeah.
untested talents that were willing to risk because they didn't have anything to give up. That's why you weren't getting like Spencer Tracy or any of these like big time actors. But now you got people that are established that want to be on something like this because
Oh,
they
yeah.
know it
Yeah.
could potentially propel them to like the next level.
if anyone hasn't seen the movie, what's it called? A futile and what is it? A futile and stupid gesture about the National Lampoon group.
Okay.
It's really good. It's got a really good ensemble cast of people playing all the like older.
Did you
comedians.
watch this trailer, Vern?
I did. It looks good. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
the
excited.
final line by
Yeah.
the actor playing Dan Aykroyd was brilliant, man. I'm just like, oh my god, this is gonna be good.
Hey, you know what, Eric? I want to go back to what you were saying about the next movie tie-in. So the Jack in the Boxes in San Diego, I don't know if anywhere else, they were selling Deadpool Wolverine tie-in food. And during the first weekend, they had these things. They were like these little mini chimichangas, but they called them little mini bang bangs. And they came in like a Deadpool Wolverine like box, which was kind of cool. And then there was a bunch of sauce splashed over them, like blood and stuff like that.
Vern, have you seen Deadpool yet?
No, I have not seen it.
So, but we're totally allowed to talk all spoilers today, right?
When we get to the Deadpool Wolverine portion of the show.
After the show ends.
Yeah, which is right after the show ends.
So you were
So
speaking
far,
of
best movie
how
of the year.
you were speaking of how like the humor. I also think that the humor evolved from the 70s and 80s to today.
Yeah,
because like I was watching
came back with the Deadpool movie.
I was watching the Muppets, and I was listening to the studio audience laugh track, like laughing at all this stuff. Like a Muppet would dance across the screen, and they were laughing hysterically. And I asked my dad, I was like, "No, I was a young kid when the Muppets came out."
You laughed.
I said, "Do you remember us all laughing at that stuff?" Like Mom and everyone. And Dad was like, "Yeah, our whole family would sit down and watch the Muppets together. You and Mom and your brother and everybody and myself, we'd all sit down. The Muppets was like our thing." And yeah, we were laughing hysterically at this stuff. And I was like, "But watch it today." I was like, "Look at it. That's not funny." And Dad's like, "I know, by today's standards, that's all been done before." But when you saw the Muppets in the 70s, when you saw the Muppets in the 70s, that was the first time you saw essentially that joke. So, but now it's been done to death. So of course, none of that humor's funny anymore, you know?
Right.
So he was like, yeah. He goes, humor evolves.
It's not that it's not funny anymore. It's just that people's sensibilities have changed. So some jokes just aren't funny to the new generation.
Yeah. Well, like what? How is a dancing Muppet funny? You know what I mean? Like that's what we were.
It's
talking
hilarious,
about.
John. I'm laughing on the inside just thinking about it.
It's cool if it's like Big Bird or Beaker.
All right. Anyways, I was just kidding about the lack of TV and movie news. D23 is going on this week. That's up in LA, right? That's Disney's thing. They've had a bunch of stuff coming out over the weekend so far. And one of them we talked about previously, Tron Ares is going to come out. I guess they released some more information about Jared Leto's character and stuff like that.
Is this animated?
No, I don't know.
Why does the poster look
live action?
Live action, yeah.
A few months ago, filmed here in Vancouver.
So it's
the
a
poster
sequel.
Looks animated.
I'm actually
outside.
looking, yeah. Of course. Well, this is just a movie poster picture.
No, but I mean, like if you saw the trailer, which has not officially been released,
right?
It's like just people riding around like your city on light cycles and flying overhead on the. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, it
like
does.
They're not inside a computer; they're outside the computer now.
Yeah. Let me say hi to Gap. We got Gary Moore is here. So Gary, you might want to go back because Rick was praising you earlier. You got did I say Gerard Kane?
Gerard, yep.
Who else did I miss here? Mr. B.
Mr. B popped in a while ago. Yeah.
And all the soundtrack of this new Tron 3 movie is 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah,
so it's a little change from like Daft Punk. And I love the part 2 because I love the music, and I'm thinking part 3 will be pretty epic music as well, with it being a little heavier and metalier.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I think that it looks like it's going to be really good to me.
I'm not a huge Jared Leto fan, if that's how you pronounce his name, but
he was okay.
I'll give him a shot.
Yeah, I seen him in a couple of things that I thought he was okay with. That one he did with Rami Malek, I thought he was okay. So I think if he gets the right character and doesn't go over the top, he'll
definitely a strange. I don't know him personally, but he seems like an odd person. Yeah. So usually they're good actors,
right? And then of course they had this display over at D23 for the Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, the Pirates of the Skeleton Crew.
Oh my God. I just realized that the droid on the right, I think that's the one that's like SM-3 SME, I guess. The character's name played by Nick Frost. I just realized that he has a peg leg.
He does have a peg
I
leg.
did not notice that at first.
So
The
So wait a
three-eyed
minute here,
Reeves
so-
looking guy has an eye patch on one of his three eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
So
pretty
that-
That's
cool.
funny. Like
I
that's,
didn't realize it
I
was
think we're
the-
gonna like this show.
I didn't realize it was the
Skeleton Crew.
Klaatu guy from Mandalorian.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the exact same character from the Mandalorians because it
So-
takes place in the same timeline.
So it's interesting because I started watching the Skeleton Crew trailer, right, where the kids are like going like, "Don't you want to go on a real adventure?" Blah blah blah, and then they showed some scenes where they're out like walking, and
And it was
in my
down Burnt
head,
Street.
yeah, in my head, Stand By Me started playing. I don't know why.
Oh, dude, it-
Why it made me
Stand
think of
By
that
Me.
song.
This is
Goonies, E.T. It
Yeah.
gave me all those feels because
It
they're like
did
riding
give me all that
bicycles
stuff.
down in your subdivision.
Star Wars Suburbia.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is it might not be a show for me, but it might be a show for me if I was like that age.
Now,
It was
was
cool,
this?
man. Like
Were these like
it looks
people sized? Like, what are we looking
Yeah.
at here?
Yeah,
This
these
is-
were
yeah.
full on. So what you would
The
do is
actual costume.
you couldn't go on the carpet. No, I don't. I have no idea, Johnny. But the background was like the ship was traveling. If you watch a video of it, it looks really cool because the lights are like whizzing by and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't the first time they've brought stuff like that, like full size,
Yeah.
like
At
characters.
Comic
And
Con,
is-
they just had like acolyte stuff. That was
Is that a modified like K2SO type droid, security
No,
droid?
no, it doesn't.
It sure
pretty
does look
original,
like it.
pretty original looking. But yeah, the peg leg is fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. I dug the trailer. I've watched it several times now because to catch how many hammerheads I can see, and boom, 3 seconds in, there's a hammerhead on the street while the kid's walking his space dog, and I'm like, oh my god, this looks so fun. Like they're
Right.
like on a space school bus, you know, and I see the back of a baby hammerhead, and I'm like, boom, 2 hammerheads in the first 30 seconds of this trailer. I'm all in, man. I look forward to this.
Yeah.
It
That
looks
looks cool.
fun. Like
I don't
all
collect
these people over
Legos.
the past couple of years, we need new Star Wars that doesn't have Luke and Vader in it. Here you go, man. Here's another
Yeah.
brand new series that has nothing to do with Luke Skywalker.
Wait.
Yeah.
Who said they
Space
wanted Star Wars
buses
without
and-
Luke Skywalker?
All the people that just want,
I
want-
all the people who've been hating Star Wars
Oh,
for
let
10
me just
years.
I don't hate Star Wars.
No,
But I
not you,
want
the
I want
Phantom Menace guys.
but I do want Star Wars outside of like the Skywalker saga to branch out. And,
No. If it's not connected to them, it's not.
Like, so
I
far,
can't
I
say
would
it with a
buy
serious face.
Star
I'm
Wars with
sorry.
Jason.
10 action figures from this series that hasn't even come out yet. And of the last series, The Acolyte, I only want the Wookiee and the Beaver. Like, literally, those are the only characters. There's no
Here's the
droids.
cool thing
to
about-
buy.
Hold on. Here's the cool thing about this series to me, right? Is hold on. Let me make Eric big.
Oh,
So-
I was just showing some pictures from Star Wars Celebration
So
in Anaheim.
yeah. So here's what I think will make this cool. If they make figures, they should make all these figures for the Skeleton Crew, right?
They are.
Yeah.
They're
And
already being
this
made.
guy on the far right, the one that looks like the Wolfman, when they make him in the vintage collection, you'll be able to put him in your cantina.
Yeah.
Why would they make him in the vintage collection? Nobody buys a vintage collection.
Come on. All right.
I know a guy.
But I
That
do
is- hold on. Wait. I got a banner just for Rick. It's called Fake Hair. I mean, news.
As long as they make him in a retro collection, everybody wins, right?
I do hope that bringing more like original trilogy aliens into the like new content means that we'll get like figures
Yes.
of a lot of these
Yeah.
aliens.
Yeah, like
Then they can reuse them. Then they can reuse the molds and whatnot
To make
do.
the original. Yeah.
like this
100%.
Nico alien pirate guy that we saw in the Mandalorian. He's like a skiff guard from the original trilogy. The 3-eyed, I think they're called Gan, like the Reese kind of character from the original trilogy, and the Sivrakian Wolfman looking creature. Like
There you
all
go.
of these, 3 of the 4 are like original trilogy things. So I can't complain about those because
Connor's
they're
right
cool.
there with you there, Eric. Like making these will just mean more OG characters. So that's really cool.
Some of them
No
will be
hope.
announced pretty soon.
It means
because
no
of-
hope of OT figures.
Yeah,
Well,
I think he's more pessimistic.
Oh, no hope. Oh, well.
Remember, you're
Remember,
Hammerhead.
he's
You're Hammerhead.
Opposite
sarcastic
day
today.
in Ireland.
Captain Kale Salad Vomit died.
All right.
in
So, anyways, then
Mandalorian.
they showed the trailer for the Mandalorian movie, and the only thing I got out of it was 2026. Everyone,
New
Is there
Razor
a
Crest.
Started a
Mandalorian?
couple weeks ago.
and
Is there
who
a
saw
Mandalorian
Grogu
season
crawl through that
4
pipe and
before
then
this?
pop up his lighter at the very end of the trailer and say, "Welcome to
You
the
added that lighter in. But did
Does,
you see that Grogu and the two little Babu Frickians were in their own little ship?
They
Like, that
were
would probably
yes, at
be
the
like
very
this
end.
big? Because
I don't-
Grogu was like crowded and his head was
He was bigger
sideways.
than
So I'm
both of
like,
them.
is it the size of a basketball, this ship?
And this gives hope to everybody who has a Razor Crest that we'll see more of the Razor Crest, and hopefully this one will not get blown up.
Well, that
Looks
one
like
looks
it's-
like it has a different paint job. It looks like it's got a
Yeah.
little bit
Zeb's
more
Razor
yellow.
Quest.
Oh, which means
Yeah,
next
the
year's
yellow on it.
HasLab will be Zeb's Razor Crest.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool, though, man. That was pretty
Do,
smart on him to bring that back, I think.
Well, the
Well,
fact
he
is,
asked for one from the girl in season 2. He said,
Yeah.
"You still got to find me a Razor Crest." You know.
so here's
Yeah.
the thing, like, because this is going to be a movie, 2026 will be the year that we get Zeb in the blue outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But will there
Oh,
is there a season 4 though?
No, it's
They
it's
didn't
gonna be a
confirm or
movie.
deny yet.
Oh, good lord! I got to wait another year for.
Yeah.
No, there
2
still
years for
could be a
this?
season 4. They just haven't confirmed or denied it officially yet.
Okay, Rick, that is fake hair. I mean, news.
Because I rewatched.
No, I think
just
that's
got
actually
done-
right.
It is true.
I just got
It's-
done rewatching
I just talked to Jon
season
Favreau
1,
on the
2,
phone.
and 3, and I really enjoyed it again. Rewatching it all.
Now, is this all you got out of that fake illegal trailer?
Yes.
Because there was AT-ATs, there was snow troopers.
Oh, well,
Oh,
I took
could
this
be
thing out
Hoth.
and showed it to you guys.
The
Yeah,
ATRT
But that's not from original trilogy. That's from prequel,
prequels.
trilogy,
Yeah.
which is still
But-
cool.
Hold on, but this was in the trailer.
But are they?
was.
Did they seriously show a snow trooper, like a Hoth snow trooper?
They show all the
That-
snow troopers.
No,
Hoth-
was it snow troopers for this or was it for something? Okay, I couldn't
Well, no,
remember, but
maybe
I
snow
definitely.
troopers
Does that
were in-
that means that
the snow
Hot Toys
troopers
will
were in
finally
the
do
Andor
another
trailer.
snow trooper?
That's
which
what I thought.
want.
That's what I
and
thought.
the
Rick.
AT-ATs were in this trailer.
Yeah,
Who
Yeah, he
rides
was-
in AT-ATs? Yeah, there it is.
yeah. Because they said they just started filming like in the past couple weeks.
Yeah, so it looked really good. The trailer looked good. I'm just waiting for the high definite trailer to hit on Monday because I don't think they're going to keep these hidden
What
away
is
from
up
people.
with that?
They
Like,
want to get the hype up. Hopefully, it won't be too bad when the trailer gets released wide. That not just the Star Wars fans will have seen them, and then we'll be able to hear what people really think.
but just a comment on it, you said that they want to get the hype up. I totally disagree with that. They want zero hype on this Mando movie until after the Skeleton Crew. So
Yeah,
when
that's
I was
the-
watching live when all these things were going down on YouTube
Yeah,
and
they
Twitter,
want you to get
I was all
excited
excited.
because they want you to believe everything's tied
So-
together because it's
So the
all
minute
Star Wars
that they debut, like they start talking about Skeleton
I
Crew,
don't think
which
they
is
have
the
much
first-
hope for this Skeleton Crew, honestly.
the minute they started talking about that, they aired the trailer on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. They changed their cover photo. They pinned it as a modern thing. And then when everything else came out, they didn't make nothing. They didn't comment or even share anything. They don't want to market it yet. They just
Well,
It's
why
not
they don't
time.
release these little trailers in HD as opposed to people filming it in the thing and them eventually taking them down. It makes zero sense to me. It's like, why would you not want marketing for your product? Free marketing, because it is free when we share this. It's free.
Well, consider like how much content like VFX aren't done and it's still raw. I'm with you. Like I'd love to see anything in any kind of state. I don't care if it still needs to get spruced up or if it'll get
thank
cut
you.
up.
Thank
cut
you,
out.
G-Force.
You know,
Well, I'm
but
Thank you.
pretty intelligent
Rick,
when it comes to
Please
marketing.
read
and
G-Force's
stuff, so
comment here. Can you read
a
this?
good example on
Can you
how to
read
do
it?
marketing
Wait,
is
read,
go look
read,
at Ryan Reynolds' social
read.
media accounts over
Rick,
the past
Rick,
month.
did it? I know it's hard to see on your phone.
I don't need
Can
to
you
breathe, man. I'm
Can you see
talking.
this comment?
I can't talk and breathe at the same time. You want to know how to market your movie? Go look at Ryan Reynolds' social media account where he's got marketing with
Okay.
Pizza Hut and
All
frozen
right.
pizza
Anyways,
and
and then they
popcorn
showed off.
nuggets and his
Did you see
mobile
the-
phone company and
Did you see the Fantastic Four
dating websites
uniform
with
here?
Hugh Jackman. Like,
Did you see the Fantastic
No.
Four?
This is the first I've seen it. I haven't seen the leaked stuff for Marvel yet, but I love that. I love that costume, and I love how this is like a 60s like Jetsons type vibe. Or
Oh, but
like
it's not,
50s,
Vern. It's not.
60s.
It does take
Yeah.
place in the 50s, according to Vern.
No, it takes place in the 60s.
This, I hope there's a little bit more to the costume though. It does look kind of plain.
I think that look. I
This
think
is the
that's really
pajamas,
cool.
John. This is the Fantastic Four pajamas.
Yeah.
I like the fake 50s retro look. It looks awesome. Just what
Yeah.
I wanted. And
60s.
it's exactly what I wanted.
Well, it's probably like late 50s, early 60s, like atomic age.
I
Stuff.
think
And-
if you watch there's a video that came out with the lady who plays Sue Storm, and she said something specifically about the 60s.
I hope. Yeah,
And-
I hope it's all like mid-century
Yeah.
modern
She
aesthetics.
said,
and whatnot.
"I love
Yeah.
the 60s" or something like that. She was doing some promo with Pedro Pascal or whatever. But anyways, what I thought was really cool was this very last part of the clip where they showed
Galactus?
Galactus looking in the window.
That
Well,
one.
I mean, how could that possibly be Galactus? He's way too small.
No,
You
when you see his head further away and he moves in, you can see like the earpiece coming off the side of his head.
But
I like
he
the
should be
thing
the
doing
size
the
of a
dating game.
planet.
That was pretty clever.
All right.
Shouldn't he be the size of a
Hold on, I'm
planet,
gonna
not the
get
size
that.
of a building?
Maybe they scaled him down. I don't know.
How
I
is he
think
going to
that's
eat
for
a whole
number
planet
3.
if he's not bigger than the planet?
They might make him to be like a celestial or something instead. I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah.
curious to see how it plays out, and
Yeah,
I wonder
me
if
too.
I wonder if they have a version of Doom in their.
Or does he
timeline.
change size? Like maybe he
Doom will
changes
be in this
size.
movie for sure, 100%.
Well, yeah, he's got. I mean, the whole point behind the announcement, right? At the Comic-Con.
Well, it wasn't for this film. It was for the
Avengers
the-
movie.
No, I'm-
Avengers. Yeah.
I'm talking like
But this
a
comes out
end of scene
before
credit
the Avengers.
teaser or something.
Correct?
I
Does
just-
this come out before the first Avengers Doom movie?
I think so. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah,
That was
me
a pretty
too.
cool announcement too, right? It's weird. Everyone's still questioning Robert Downey Jr. this and that.
Well, it's just like until you
Hollywood,
see
they
how
can
it.
do whatever they want.
Yeah, until you see how it plays out, it at least raises some questions, right? As
Yeah.
opposed to if they were going to announce a brand new actor for Doom, nobody would be talking and be like, "Oh, cool! I either like that guy or I don't, or I'm indifferent," right? But since it's Robert Downey Jr., it's like, how's this gonna work, right? Yeah.
Same way all those cameos worked in Deadpool. New actors,
Multiverse.
if they put new actors in all those roles, the movie would not have made the most movie money ever. You know what I mean? But because it's good and it's funny, as they've all been kind of clever and funny, but because they had all these high-end, super secret cameos as these major character roles, including like Captain America in his original Marvel Cinematic Universe role, like that's what we call the cat's ass in Canada. And they could have put Robert Downey Jr. in there. I think they rumored to try to do it, but because he's already got this other role, they're like, nah, let's keep that one guy out of it for this reason. But MCU has been saved, I think. With what's out now and what's coming in the future, I'm looking forward to it.
It's hard to keep up, Dan.
I don't know what a conjugation is. We don't have that.
All right. Anyways, all right. Moving on, and then of course, the Red Hulk.
President
that's
Hulk
cool.
smash.
I haven't seen a picture of his face yet. That's cool.
That's it. So the secret trailer was that he's behind the podium, and when he stands up, he's like the Hulk. So and then he
does
Am I the only one that saw the actual trailer before it got taken down?
no.
So
I
he
haven't.
was up there speaking.
Yeah.
And he got shot at, and he went down, and he
Everybody
came
was
up
trying to
as,
drag him to the ground, and
he came up as the Red Hulk, and it was just weird because I'm sure that was filmed like 4 months ago or longer, and then computer work and stuff to make the trailer. and then to have like real life something similar to that happen. That's insane. President Hulk smash.
If I show it this far back, do you think they'll take me down?
I think it
Yep.
looks. I think you can see his likeness in there.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
very much
absolutely.
like Harrison
It looks
Ford.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
the stash would have been cool.
But so what's weird to me is that like so this just what bothers me about it is that Red Hulk came on the scene as a mystery. For an entire year and a half in the comic books, nobody knew who the Red Hulk was. The whole point of the Red Hulk storyline when it first came out was no one knew who Red Hulk was. And it went on for a year and a half before we found out in the comics who the Red
Do
Hulk
they
was.
really need that in the MCU
So
though?
Yeah,
Do
I
they
mean,
really
why in
everybody
the
need
already
it?
MCU
knows.
would you give it away in the trailer right before you?
John, can you tell me one person in the MCU besides Peter Parker who still has a secret identity?
Well, they could have done it in they could have just showed us Red Hulk and kept it a secret. So and then revealed it in the first movie. Like I don't care if it's like 20 minutes into the movie, you see the Red Hulk first, and you're like, oh, who's the Red Hulk? And then 20 minutes later they introduce it, but they don't need to spoil that
Does
before we
anybody
even go
I don't
see
know how
the
that's a
movie.
spoiler
already
because
know.
for the past 30 years, Ross, General Ross, whatever his name is the Red Hulk. Like I've known that since I was a child, and I don't buy
What
or
are
read
you
the
talking about?
comic.
The Red Hulk has only been around for like 10
Less
years,
than
maybe at
less
the
than
most.
20 years. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
always been
So-
General
Well, once
Ross.
again,
But not the
once again,
first year and a
everybody-
half. You didn't know that in the first
Take
year and
care.
a half.
take
But
care.
but here's the thing. Like comic readers know it, and from Marvel's perspective, they want to cash in on saying, "Do you want to see a movie where Harrison Ford is a Red Hulk?"
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I don't know.
I think the
And
answer
the
is yes.
The Red Hulk.
I just think Disney they did it right with the Mandalorian where they kept Baby Yoda a secret. They kept Luke Skywalker a secret. And those episodes blew up and were talked about because we were all shocked.
Yeah.
And now
I
Disney's
understand.
going, wow, since everybody was shocked that Luke showed up and that Baby Yoda showed up, let's reveal it in the trailers that Anakin Skywalker's coming back.
But
And
do you
then,
think? But do you really
if they had
think,
kept
John?
it a secret and
do-
they just
do-
showed us Anakin, everyone would have loved Obi-Wan
Do you-
Kenobi.
Do you really think though that this reveal is at that scale? Of,
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
personally
I
Red
think they
Hulk
would
is,
lose 50% of their audience if they didn't include the Red Hulk in this.
Marketing.
Advertising.
campaign,
it's kind of
Yeah.
like we weren't totally 100% sure like who all was going to be in that last Spider-Man movie, and when we saw it, everyone in the theater was blown away, and the word of mouth went around and got after the first people saw it that first day or two that everybody was like, holy crap, they're all in it. Andy Garfield, Tobey Maguire, everybody's in it, and it made this mad rush over the next week to go see the movie, where if
I
everybody
can't be
knew
the
about
only
it
one
ahead
that
of
knew
time,
all those Spider-Mans were in that last Spider-Man movie a
Where-
year
where-
before the movie came out.
if nobody knew about it, it would. If everybody knew about it, it would have been less people. I think that opening weekend. You know what I mean? It was like, and it would. And if everybody knew about Luke Skywalker ahead of time, it wouldn't have made as big an impact as it did when it showed.
No, that's a very good point because I think those two secrets are the best kept secrets in Hollywood ever.
Yeah.
Rick knew that all those guys were going to be in the movie 30 years ago when he found out about Red Hulk.
No, but I knew
Yeah,
a year
know.
ago when it was leaked by the actual actors and people on the
Really?
set that these
I knew a
characters
couple
were
of
in
years
the
ago
movie.
when the movie came out, not last year.
I knew well before, just like all those things I told you about Deadpool. I didn't know those. Those I predicted, and I predicted correctly as like the
You
Incredible
got about a
Hulk.
30%.
No, Taylor
You got
Swift was not
you
in
got
it at
about
all.
25 to 30% correct prediction rate.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
Taylor
One
Swift would be in it
prediction
as
in the Deadpool
Dazzler.
movie I
She
got
wasn't in
did.
Oh
it.
yeah,
Dazzler
I was genuinely surprised they didn't do any Taylor Swift stuff or like have
Me too.
Dazzler because it was really
Yeah.
weird that the Disney Store just decided randomly to start promoting some like two. I think it was at least 2 Dazzler T-shirts. I'm like, that's weird, and it came
Yeah.
out at the same time as with all the Deadpool and Wolverine merch. I didn't think that was a coincidence, but
And the
who
weird
knows?
thing is,
But who knows? Maybe there was a plan to do that, and it got cut.
well, the other strange thing was that Twitter picture of Taylor on her Twitter page holding up Dazzler comic #1.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah,
to me was the
Picture.
that to
it-
me
it-
was the surefire thing saying
it-
she's going to play Dazzler.
So, John, what you're
It could
saying
have
is you
just got.
follow
It could
her
have
on
just
Twitter?
gotten cut, or like she didn't have it in her schedule to show up and shoot the stuff. But like the marketing people ran with it and started printing T-shirts in anticipation.
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew. It
Or
was
she's
like-
in the Fantastic Four. We've all.
We'll just agree, Rick, that you just knew everything. And
yeah, there we go.
No,
All right,
but
all
I predicted
so anyways,
he's
in
on your
this week's-
channel, Vern. I
this
predicted
week's
he's on your
Hot or
channel.
Not section.
You know, we're not talking about Deadpool.
These
So
are
before-
the toys that are
before we
being
get-
pedaled to
before
us.
Now
we
that
get to
Deadpool's
the-
been
Okay.
out 3 weeks, are we not
All right,
talking about
see
the
ya,
best
John.
movie of the year?
Yeah.
La la la
Before we
la
get
la.
to
la.
Hot or Not, I
And
do
we're gonna
have
get
to
over
run.
to a
Bye,
cooking
guys.
show, and
Stay
it's
awesome,
gotta show
everybody.
you
Good luck,
how to
buddy.
make top ramen. All right,
Exactly.
all right.
Bye, everybody.
All
Stay
right, see ya.
awesome.
That's it.
See ya. All right.
Cheers,
So
Super Joe.
these are the toys that are being peddled to us this week, and let's just get into it. Captain Canuck is
Canuck.
first in honor of our favorite Canuck.
This
What's
seems
the
anti-Canadian to not have a beard, like a big old lumberjack.
When he takes his
beard.
helmet off, the beard comes out.
Say that word again, Vern. What's it? It's Captain who?
Canuck.
Canuck. There you go. It's not Canuck.
Well, that's how I
It's
pronounce
not a
it.
boot.
That's how I pronounce it. I mean, like, what are you gonna do?
Just correct you.
Or what do you think, Rick? Is this going in your collection?
No, this is
What?
ass. I have no desire to. I've never even heard of this character, and I'm
Man's a
Canadian.
national treasure.
Is this guy 5 years old too, like the Red Hulk?
But it's got a maple leaf on his helmet.
It's got to be cool.
Yeah. And I get zero royalties from it.
Gee whiz.
No, it's
But
cool.
there's a
I know this is a very
there's a
minor
maple leaf.
independent comic book character that most Canadians have not even heard of.
All right. Anyways, this is the glow in the dark edition of the Batmobile.
Ooh.
This
So
would be cool. It also comes with an Alfred figure.
you know what would be really cool, rather than have it glow in the dark, is if it just had lights that you would turn on and it would just be lit up.
Well, then it'd be at HasLab.
Not for McFarlane.
Well, does McFarlane have electronics in any of his vehicles yet?
I don't. Yeah, because
Yeah.
John did that
The
Batmobile.
Batmobile.
animated one has lights.
Okay.
The,
Yeah, but that was
the DC Direct,
Yeah.
not Gold Label, or like McFarlane. The DC
and that's pretty big.
Multiverse line.
It's pretty big, right?
Yeah, this is for the 7-inch figures. Now, Jonathan's saying that the light should be blue, not green. That's why I think if they lit it up, it would actually, I think, look better.
Is this the one with the Alfred?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I had the picture of the Alfred, but that's why I went forward. But I guess I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's the exact same as the first version, which I think is out now or just came out or about to come out first. That doesn't go in the dark, but they come with the same figure apparently.
All
So
right.
are they going to have Alfred by himself?
I don't know.
And he's out by himself now.
That version?
And the black version. No, sorry, that's not the black version. That's not Alfred, is it? That's
So you can pre-order. Yeah. The
Fox,
Alfred,
Lucius
Alfred
Fox.
one's out. So
Yeah,
these are
Lucius,
more
right.
of their non-posable statue figures.
correct.
So did you pre-order these, Jake and Elwood, to go along with
No,
Clubber
but
Lang?
cool.
I do like the Blues Brothers. I just don't need these to be the only two Blues Brothers collectibles in my collection.
Let me ask you a question about your statue. How hard would it be for me to cut that Clubber Lang's head off to put on another figure?
He comes with two
okay.
heads. He comes
Okay.
with two heads that are like exactly the same, but
Oh
it's
my
not
gosh,
the same.
dude.
It's not. It's kind of a key Kotobiaka style.
So here's the thing: if you get these figures, the happy action figure could definitely be Jake if you just stick the head on there, and then you just need another black suited character to be Elwood. Then you have fully posable action figures just using the heads from these statues.
Yeah, maybe if you want to see the difference in size. So the one with the big mouth guard, that's the 7-inch NECA one.
Yeah, but I need to compare it to like a Marvel Legends because that's where I'd be sticking that putting the head on the Legends figure.
Well, the one you put on the Marvel Legends is the same as
No, it's not.
this, but made by Mattel.
No, the Mattels are too big.
Well, that's because they're 7 inches, like these.
Yeah, the NECA ones
So
are too big for a Marvel Legends.
Yeah, no, I got what you're saying. So the 6-inch one might work, but you'll have to put some putty or something. It's a big square.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem. I just use hot glue. It's fine. So there you go. If you want to make a fully articulable Blues Brothers, you could buy those statues and then swap the heads over to black suited Marvel Legends action figures.
Yeah, good point.
All right, and then this is the R5 Zombie coming out for Halloween.
It's already it's already out.
You have en route to your house.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't buy into the like weird themed droid factory stuff.
So you don't buy like the Pride ones or anything like that?
The only one I take that back. I made an exception once. I got the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary like R2 unit. That was it.
What about that one that for D23 that has like the Mickey hat on it? Are you
the sorcerer one? No, I'm not kidding. I don't need weird mashup things like that. Yeah.
Now
they're weird mashup things.
I have this from the Droid Factory from way back.
And do you know who makes those? Do you know what toy company makes those?
I actually don't.
It's Disney. They're not made by Hasbro.
Well, it's some place in China, but yeah.
Well, all toys are made in some place in China, but I mean, these are not made by Hasbro.
Oh, I knew. Like, I knew these were Disney. I thought you were going to say something like more shocking of like who Disney subcontracts this to. Sorry,
they're just.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that too. I thought you were going to say these little kids in China or something like that.
But it is. I mean,
the whole world can't buy them. Only people in America can buy them on a certain day of the week.
Connor said he's getting 5 because of Star Wars and Disney.
Yeah. But it is peculiar, at least, that there is this like separate kind of line that's scaled similarly, right? For
it's cool for the parks. Collection. Like the parks need to sell merchandise, and toys are merchandise, right? So I get it. Toys, popcorn buckets, Jedi robes, lightsabers. Like I saw a stat the other day about how many people have built
2 billion.
Yeah, like it's an insane amount of lightsabers have been built at the thing. Like that means Disney is making money when that happens. Money, I would love to do that.
All right, and then Hasbro released the Across the Spider-Verse figures. I had somebody ask me why is he in purple, but he was like that in the movie, right? Across the Spider-Verse.
That was an alternate version, right?
Yeah, because I think I pulled up a picture from the movie where he's in that. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but I mean, they look good. I'm glad that they're releasing them. Who collects all these cards? Dan, are you getting this entire wave?
Nope.
Eric?
I thought this was a girl.
No, I don't have any of that. Yeah.
Okay, and then so Rick's the only one buying all of them.
They're very cartoony. I like that. They're made after cool. The cartoon as opposed to this whatever a Marvel Legends standard buck is. Like, I love the cartoony aspect of these because that's what made that cartoon so hot was its cool animation style.
The development for like tooling for this kind of stuff must like be so much more compared to like every other Marvel Legends because it is like very unique in style compared to everything else. Yeah. I mean, it is weird that they would do these at all based on that. Yeah.
Like they're like Avatar skinny. Like they're very different.
I think that there's people that would buy these that aren't necessarily action figure collectors, but really like that Spider-Verse and
aesthetic,
had a character that they liked and was like, yeah, you know what, I'm getting this one because this one will look really cool sitting on the dashboard of my car or something like that.
Yeah.
This guy will probably just sit on the pegs right next to
because they made him before, right?
Right next to Lando.
But he had a trench coat on or some different outfit.
The one with the trench
coat, sweatpants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a good dozen of these out now. So you can have a whole shelf full of Spider-Verse Spider-Mans.
And this is obvious. I took a screen grab of somebody's pictures because you could see my
Volume.
volume control.
I bet you it was Mr. Stevie.
Yeah, that's probably who I got it from. Yeah.
It was because he made these.
Yeah.
Pictures.
So, anyways, they're pretty cool. Gap's calling them future peg warmers or waste of plastic.
We'll see.
And correct me if I'm wrong. These are from the first Spider-Verse.
Second.
Cartoon, right?
Second.
Not the
One
first
that
one
came-
at all.
Well, I mean,
They didn't
Like,
have
What's the first movie
$2.99.
called? Is it not called Across the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is kind of interesting because I think like isn't Spider-Gwen kind of like the most sought after one from that first batch or whatever the first movie?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
thought they were
But I
all.
don't.
She's the wearing the hoodie one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that if that's the case, he kind of compiled these two onto one picture. You know what I mean? Instead of like giving them each their own. Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they all come with multiple heads too, right? Which is great because haven't they made some Spider-Man with not two heads? You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
Tobey Maguire or a helmeted Tobey, one of the you could
Yeah.
choose. And then a year later they made one with both heads, like they do.
Right.
So it's great that they do it, like at least right off the bat, masked and unmasked.
So those came out. Let's see, and then of
Sorry,
course
John.
D23 has a whole bunch some Mondo figures that are coming out.
Yeah.
It's
Wasn't
like-
this released already, or
I
don't know.
don't know if this is like a variant or something like that, or if they were teasing it for D23, and then now they're just available through the D23 or whatever.
who buys these is what I want to know.
Well, I thought you bought them all, Rick.
Like-
Well, no, but I know a lot of people that collect toys. I'm an old guy too.
Probably
I
like
don't-
X
I don't
Men
know people I know
specialists.
or on Twitter or any
But-
social media buy any of these 12-inch Mondos. Like, I just don't see the
I'm sure
market
there
for
are
them.
like I'm sure there
I
are
believe
people
these
who
are low
love-
numbers, low quantity production.
Oh, I'm
because
sure they're probably in that like maybe 1,000.
realistically,
But I mean, when they're charging like $300, do they really need to make $1 million? No, right?
No, because that like the market for a niche character like Omega Red is
Yeah.
going to be much smaller than if it was like Wolverine.
like this is a great looking Marvel Legends scale figure, and I'm pretty sure he's a popular character in that scale too. But just the transfer, the 12-inch Mondo thing is such a niche market. I think, like Mondo, they do cool artwork, records, all the things they do. They're very nichey, artistic-y. But when you get into these big toys, it costs a lot for these steel molds to be made. The licensing also costs a lot. So, are they making a lot of money off these? Like,
Well, Jonathan's mentioning it. Sean got the Sean Solo 8. He got
the
the
Mondo He-Mans are popular.
the
Yeah.
He-Man. Connor's basically telling you that all of these are sold out everywhere. These things sell out, and they're probably because they're not big numbers, but they are
Exactly.
making just enough to like make money for themselves because it is kind of like a smaller print sizes or whatever. But there is a market for 12-inch figures. I mean, otherwise Hot Toys would be out of business.
Yeah,
And-
for
but
sure.
usually they stick to like more desirable, like bigger name characters, right?
Yeah.
As a
But I mean,
result.
if this is your opportunity to get a 12-inch X-Men 97 character to add to your X-Men 97 and you're building a display and you got to have Rogue, you might as well get the other one too. Because
But here's a question for you: how many of you collected those 12-inch Marvel Legends when they came out? Hulk and Thor and
I had
Deadpool.
a few.
Like they were well made, I thought, and I think I bought my Hulk for like $15,
Yeah,
brand new at a retail store.
so
and
I had a
That
few
cost more to produce than this.
because at that time my collection used to be 12-inch size action figures. I got away from that at the point where I decided if I was going to go like the Hot Toys route or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
six, I went with Black Series instead. So everything started becoming a 6-inch scale for me. And at that time, Mattel was making the DC figures in a 6-inch scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DC
So
Classic.
so it
I
was
like her
kinda like-
accessory here. The
Yeah,
Sentinel head looks badass.
Yeah, it was almost a no-brainer to me to say, oh, I can get Marvel and DC. And then now DCs are all messed up because they're 7-inch. Anyways,
That's
then
the
they
one,
also-
Vandy. That's a great figure.
let's see that again. I missed it. Hold on.
Interchangeable hands, interchangeable head, like great articulation. I mean, this was, and he's
Yeah.
right. I mean, I think even original, like retail was like 60.
80, right?
Did they?
That thing's
like,
And you could
enormous.
throw that at a grown-up and it would kill them.
That reminds me of like the big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures that I had as
Yeah,
a kid
yeah.
in the 90s.
Nice.
Those are great. They were all at our. We don't have Ollie's or your cheap stores, but they were at our, like, I think it's called Winners here in Canada. They were all at our Winners, and I think they were $10 and Hulk was $15.
Yeah, a bunch of them came out clearance here too.
Yeah. So the last one I had was Iron Man, and I ended up finally parting ways with that 12-inch Iron Man. I never took them out of the box though. But this is probably one of the, besides GI Joe and stuff like that, I do have this guy still sitting around, 12-inch, and it's a Super One. I've never opened it, but that's where
It's like an
that's
import
where I went.
character.
Yeah. What?
That's
Common
an
Rider.
import.
Yeah, Common Rider style. It's a Metacom, whatever. But anyways, this is also from Mondo, and this is a vinyl figure. And it's about
It's a repaint. They've made this character before, but in proper colors.
yeah, but they did this one for D23. So and
I see.
yeah, and they're charging an arm and a leg for this also.
Yeah.
So don't think
The
you're getting off
Sofubi
easy.
market is very niche. This is more of that Sofubi style.
And it's expensive. Oh my gosh. I mean,
Well, because I think they probably only make hundreds of these guys.
I mean, that Tiamat's so expensive that only 5 people have to order it. I mean, honestly, right? That's why there's no limit. They're just going to make 5 because I'm not buying one. And then I wanted to point out that Ramen is also got their pre-orders for their Bridge Layer, Flanks, and Fabina, the Hunter, all for their early bird prices, and those are going to end coming up on August 20th. So
Get 'em.
For the early bird price.
yeah,
It's a
for the
good deal.
early bird price.
60
And you know
bucks.
what? You don't have to put the full amount down. They're taking deposits. is what
Yeah,
it
is it $50?
Yeah, something like that. And then it's you
Because I
just
think he mentioned by the end of August, so probably right after this, is when you can get the bread car or pre-order the bread car.
Hopefully.
And now I'm getting worried because nobody has a 6-inch Mr. T figure that can fit in it except Vern.
what do you
Because he
talking
made
about?
one.
Oh.
Well, there's no 6-inch Mr. T figures at all.
Just showed one off at the beginning of the show.
Well, you just
Yeah, but I can't put this in a van.
just buy
Yeah,
Dungaree.
sure you can. Yeah,
the
just
other
put it
one,
on.
the one that was behind him, just
I
buy
can put him
the.
in the back like this, like he's a statue being.
That neck
All
of
right.
one would
And then I
fit.
wanted to
But this
show this
won't
off, see if Eric would perk up and say, "Oh my gosh, I got to get onto the website on August 12th and be clicking, click, 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 click. I need to be at one of the 3,000 Star Tours."
Well, less than that because some of the 3,000. It's 3,000 total. Some
Oh,
of
and they're
which are
selling them at
dedicated
D23.
at the yeah.
Yeah.
So
They're
nobody is going to get these. Yeah.
So this would have been really cool to add to your collection. And let me just show some additional pictures so that Eric can see them. This is
It plays the entire sequence of the original Star Tours ride.
It plays
Does
it
it
on
have
the
Pee Wee
screen.
Herman's,
Oh
Yeah.
my
Pee Wee Herman's
gosh.
voice?
Sorry.
Does it have Pee Wee Herman's voice? Because isn't that
Yeah.
droid Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So that was supposed to be going up on August. So and it's kind of crazy. They're selling them at D23, but they're still advertising that they're going to be available in limited stock on the
On their
shop
website.
company on the 12th, and they got a time. And what are they going to do if they sell all of them at D23?
They won't because they
also be
reserve.
at the park.
They reserve some quantity for Shop Disney. It won't be at the parks. It's just Shop Disney on. period.
I would make a $5 bet with any of you in the panel that this will be at Disney parks. It will
Oh.
sell out in a couple of days. But
I hope you're right.
It would just be wrong if it wasn't, right? You know what I mean?
No, it's a limited thing. It's not going to be at the Disney parks.
All these things are limited.
And
No,
3,000.
Unnecessarily limited. I mean, I know it's like a lot fancier compared to some standard thing because it's got the interior like
Pretty
screen
big.
that plays the entire ride sequence. But yeah,
Yeah, it's bigger than a bread car for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe comparable to like, not the His Tank. I think it's bigger than the His Tank, but what's the new chopper and the new helicopter?
well,
new
it's
airplane?
3 3/4 scale, so it's about this. It's
Yeah, but
probably
you
a
can
little
fit
bit
90
smaller
3 3/4
than a
figures in it.
Razor Crest. Yeah.
I've never been on the ride. I'm so jealous, like, because I'm Canadian and we don't have Captain EO and Star Tours in Canada a little bit.
Well, Captain EO isn't anywhere anymore.
One day.
Well, you can only see Captain EO on YouTube now. Because
No, but that Star
yeah.
Tours ride is still there now, right?
Not the original ride. No,
That car right now is not there right now with Pee Wee Herman robot.
No, it's C-3PO. It's been that way for over 10 years now. Yeah,
But it's still the same ship and video, or they change the video every year. Don't they? Like
the video, they broke it up into like 4 or like several different parts that are all random, so you could get like different sequences where you go, like you could be in like, you know, the prequels, the original trilogy, and the sequels all in one. And I think they introduced Andor and Ahsoka content too. But
and is it in both parks or that?
Yeah,
am I wrong
yeah.
there? Okay, is it?
It is. Yeah, it started at Disneyland in '87.
That's well, you know, it's kind of interesting that you said that because
I'm going to start saving up before they close it down.
this cup is from 1986.
Okay.
Wow.
But these Droid Factory things too used to be like when you were walking out and you were in that Star Tours thing, you can build your own droid. That's what these are from. That's why they say Star Tours on the back. So
and resealable clamshells, which is cool.
So you can just imagine how old this might be.
Well, now check that package, Vern. Does that package say Hasbro anywhere on it, or just copyright Disney parks?
Well, I told you earlier. Were you not paying attention? Oh, you were too busy talking.
We didn't tell me. You just went like this to the screen and nobody could read it.
No, I was talking, but you were talking.
And then, because.
I remember being muted.
Let's see.
I won't forget that.
You won't? I won't either. That's the only way I could have moved on to the next segment. Gee whiz.
Still waiting for the Deadpool segment.
There's no Deadpool segment.
I paid to go watch it. I want a Deadpool segment. Dang it.
You should have did an after show on your channel.
Oh yeah. I have a channel.
Anyways, what do you guys got coming up on your channels this week? Anything?
I got an after Deadpool show.
Okay. Well, Eric's gonna have an after Deadpool show. What about you, Eric? Are you gonna post your first video?
No, but later today I'll be. I think right after this, Stu has his Premier League preview show, so I'll be watching that, and then
Cool.
I'll be watching tomorrow. But Vern, I'll let you plug that.
All right. Well, tomorrow the gentlemen from 3 Men and Monkey Lizard are going to be having a show over on the Dude's Nerderies channel. He thinks it's going to be a top 10 lightsaber duels, but we all know based on my updated videos that it's actually a top 5, and it'll be a surprise to him when I don't have 5 extra lightsaber battles to even mention because I can't even think of more than 4.
Oh, I could think of. You got it. You gotta. It depends on the. It depends on the specifics for what qualifies as a lightsaber duel.
I might say when Luke ignites his lightsaber.
More than 2 lightsabers equals a duel and a collection.
Is it?
I won't say anymore.
When Luke fights the little drone on the Millennium Falcon, would that be a lightsaber battle?
Nope.
He battled the little droid.
No.
Okay.
I would just say hold that topic for tomorrow because I'm sure it'll get spicy.
All right.
Okay, you remember, 'cause I haven't seen any advertising for this.
All right.
3 men.
Well,
So.
you got to follow. You got to follow me.
Oh, everybody, man.
Well,
I found Twitter the past
you obviously haven't
week
seen
has
one.
been dead. Twitter's
Yeah.
dead.
I think they blocked you from everything because, man, I've been like loading up Twitter.
Maybe I shouldn't trash talk Elon as much then, because
Dan, what do you got?
God, I got nothing.
Nothing. No toys and fitness or anything this week.
No. I think we're due for another show, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. I was talking to Dino earlier, and he said that they're having a cookout today, and there's a trampoline and a pool. And he said he couldn't go on the trampoline because of his back, and he can't go in the pool because he took off his shirt and said he reminded himself of Homer Simpson.
Oh gosh.
I got my fingers crossed. I've been nervous for like 3 weeks, coming on 3 weeks now, about a job I applied for, and it'd be a life changer, man. I think I mentioned it once before. I'm still waiting. Like, I called them. I'm like, hey, you forgot to tell me when the interview was, the in-person interview. Oh, sorry, that department's on holiday for another week. I'm like, oh my God, man. Like,
well, good luck with that, Rick.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Good luck with that. Maybe you could stop selling all of your action figures.
Yes, because I only got a few left.
Right. All right, everybody in the chat, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And thanks, guys, for showing up and talking about toys. And Rick, let me mute you so that we can move on to the next segment. I know that you're really excited about that. I'm probably never going to hear the end of it. But, we are on like a serious time crunch. The internet only allows us to stream for a finite amount of time. No? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah.
The stream will self-destruct in 10
Rebels,
seconds.
no rules.
No rules. All right. Well, anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Once again, we'll be back next week on the Toy Duo team, and we'll see you next time.
Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys.
And TV and movies, too.